My dear friends over 60, I'm pleading with you, please stop what you're doing and listen closely. You spent a lifetime making smart choices for your health, picking fresh fruits over processed snacks, saying no to greasy fried foods and cutting back on sugary treats. You've poured your heart into keeping your heart strong, trusting that you're doing what's best. But what if I told you that some of the fruits sitting in your kitchen right now, the ones you believe are protecting your heart, could actually be silently harming it? In this video, I'm going to share a hard but vital truth. As we age, our bodies change, and some fruits can quietly damage our hearts in ways we never see coming. I'll guide you through 9 fruits that could be risky for your heart after 60, explain why they're dangerous, share real stories from patients, and offer safer alternatives to keep you vibrant and healthy. This 25-minute video could be a game changer for your health, so please stick with me. I'm here to help you protect your heart and live your fullest life. Let's start with grapefruit, that tangy, refreshing fruit many of you love. It's packed with vitamin C and feels like a wholesome way to kick off the day. Maybe you slice one in half or sip a glass of its juice, thinking it's a heart-healthy choice. But if you're over 60 and taking medications like statins for cholesterol, calcium channel blockers for blood pressure, or antiarrhythmics for heart rhythm, grapefruit can be a hidden threat. It contains compounds called furanocoutamines that block an enzyme in your liver called CYP3A4, which your body uses to process and clear out medications. When this enzyme is blocked, your meds can build up to dangerous levels in your blood, like water backing up behind a clogged pipe. This can lead to serious problems, think dangerously low blood pressure, irregular heartbeats, or muscle damage from statin toxicity. I'll never forget Gerald, a 74-year-old retired railroad engineer from Indiana. He was a dedicated man who walked every morning, avoided red meat, and took his heart medications religiously after his bypass surgery. But he kept having dizzy spells, crushing fatigue, and muscle cramps that left us both confused. When I asked about his diet, he smiled proudly and said, "Doc, every morning since my heart attack, I start with a glass of fresh grapefruit juice. It's my cleanse." That cleanse was actually clogging his liver's ability to process his medications. His statin levels were more than double what they should have been, and his blood pressure meds were lingering too long, making him feel terrible. We removed grapefruit from his diet, adjusted his medications, and checked his blood levels closely. Within weeks, his symptoms vanished, and he told me, "I had no idea something so natural could cause such a mess." If you're on heart medications, please talk to your doctor or pharmacist about grapefruit. It's not safe for everyone, and your heart deserves that extra caution. Next up is bananas, a fruit so many of us love. They're soft, sweet, and easy to eat, with potassium that's supposed to support your heart. For years, you've probably heard that bananas are a safe, heart-friendly choice. But here's the truth: after 60, your kidneys don't clear potassium as efficiently as they once did. If you're taking medications like ACE inhibitors, ARBs, or potassium-sparing diuretics for blood pressure or heart failure, eating too many bananas can push your potassium levels into dangerous territory. High potassium, or hyperkalemia, can disrupt the electrical signals that keep your heart beating in rhythm. At first, you might not notice anything, but over time, it can cause dizziness, weakness, or even life-threatening heart rhythm issues. I remember Connie, a 76-year-old widow from Ohio, who learned this lesson the hard way. She came to my clinic after a terrifying fainting spell at the grocery store. Her heart was skipping beats, her vision blurred, and her legs gave out. Connie was meticulous about her health: no junk food, no salt, and she took her lisinopril for blood pressure every day. When I asked about her habits, she mentioned eating 3 bananas daily, thinking they were helping her heart. But each banana has about 450 milligrams of potassium, and her aging kidneys couldn't clear the excess fast enough. Her blood tests showed hyperkalemia, which was pushing her heart into chaos. We limited her to 1 banana a couple of times a week, monitored her potassium levels, and adjusted her meds. She's doing so much better now, but she said something that stuck with me. "I thought I was doing everything right, doctor. I never dreamed bananas could hurt me." If you're feeling tired, weak, or having heart flutters, Ask your doctor to check your potassium levels, especially if bananas are a daily staple. Now let's talk about mangoes, those golden, juicy fruits that feel like a tropical escape. They're sweet, comforting, and seem like a healthy alternative to cake or candy. But for seniors, especially those with diabetes, prediabetes, or heart conditions, mangoes can be trouble. They have a high glycemic load, meaning they spike your blood sugar quickly. After 60, your pancreas doesn't produce insulin as fast, and your cells don't handle sugar as well. These spikes don't just raise your blood sugar, they inflame your arteries, stiffen blood vessels, and lay the groundwork for heart disease. Over time, this chronic inflammation can increase your risk of heart attacks or strokes, all from a fruit you thought was harmless. I had a patient, Donald, a 69-year-old Vietnam veteran from Florida, who came to me with chest tightness and overwhelming fatigue. He was doing everything right, no smoking, daily walks, and he'd even lost 15 pounds. But his blood sugar was creeping into the diabetic range, and his blood pressure was erratic. When I asked about his diet, he said, "Doc, I gave up soda and sweets. I snack on mangoes now, fresh or dried. It feels clean. But one mango has over 45 grams of sugar, more than a can of soda, and dried mangoes are even worse, with no water or fiber to slow the sugar rush." Donald was eating 2 mangoes a day, thinking he was being healthy, but it was stressing his heart. We switched him to lower sugar fruits like berries and apples, and his symptoms improved. He later told me, "I thought fruit was always safe, but I guess sugar is sugar, no matter how pretty it looks. Treat mangoes like a special treat, not a daily snack to keep your heart happy." Watermelon is next, and it's tough to imagine summer without it. Those cold, juicy slices bring back memories of picnics, barbecues, and family gatherings. It feels light, hydrating, and perfect for hot days. But watermelon is more than just water, it's loaded with sugar, potassium, and fluid that can overwhelm your aging heart and kidneys. As we get older, our kidneys don't filter as well, and medications like diuretics or beta blockers can make your body more sensitive to fluid and electrolyte changes. Eating a big bowl of watermelon 2 or 3 cups can flood your system, raising potassium, diluting sodium, and putting extra strain on your heart. This can lead to swelling, shortness of breath, or even heart failure symptoms in severe cases. Layla, an 81-year-old former librarian from Kansas, came to me with swollen ankles and a heavy heart feeling. She was proud of replacing desserts with watermelon, eating big bowls morning and night to stay hydrated. But her blood work showed high potassium and low sodium, and her heart was struggling to keep up. We limited her to 1 small cup of watermelon a day, paired with better hydration habits, and her symptoms faded. She said, "I thought watermelon was the safest thing I could eat. I didn't know it could throw me off like that." If you love watermelon, stick to small portions and pay attention to how your body feels, especially if you're on heart meds. Your heart isn't as resilient as it was 20 basis. It needs gentle care, not a flood of fluid and sugar. Dried fruits, like raisins, apricots, or dates, are another sneaky danger. They're small, easy to chew, and feel like a healthy swap for cookies or candy. But when fruit is dried, the water is removed, leaving behind concentrated sugar that hits your bloodstream fast. This spikes your blood sugar, raises triglycerides, and inflames your arteries, all of which are risky for your heart. Samuel, a 72-year-old retired postal worker from Illinois, came to me after his second minor stroke. He was careful: no smoking, no junk food, and he snacked on raisins and dates from a tin in his truck. But a quarter cup of raisins has nearly 30 grams of sugar, almost as much as a candy bar. His blood sugar and triglycerides were dangerously high. We switched him to fresh berries and a few apple slices with peanut butter, and his numbers stabilized. He said, "I thought I was avoiding dessert, but I was just eating a different kind." Keep dried fruits to a tiny portion, a tablespoon or 2, and check labels for added sugars or sulfites that can raise blood pressure. Bottled fruit juice, like orange, apple, or grape, is a major trap. It's so easy to pour a glass, thinking it's healthier than soda. Labels like 100% juice or no added sugar make it seem heart smart. But juice lacks the fiber that slows sugar absorption. So a 12-ounce glass of orange juice has about 30 grams of sugar, equal to a soda. This sugar rush stresses your pancreas, spikes your blood sugar, and puts pressure on your heart. Darlene, a 79-year-old retired principal from Oregon, came to me with dizzy spells and a racing heart. She'd been drinking juice daily, thinking it was a good choice. Her blood sugar and pressure were fluctuating wildly. We switched her to whole fruits like apples or a splash of lemon in water, and she felt so much better. She said, "I thought juice was the healthy choice. I didn't know it could act like soda." Skip the juice and eat whole fruits to keep your heart steady. Pineapple is another fruit that feels like a healthy treat with its sweet, tropical flavor, but it's high in sugar, about 16 grams per cup, and for seniors with diabetes or heart issues. It can cause blood sugar spikes that inflame arteries over time. I had a patient who loved pineapple as a dessert, eating large portions nightly. Her blood sugar was climbing, and she felt sluggish. We cut back to a few chunks of pineapple mixed with yogurt to slow the sugar absorption, and her energy returned. Enjoy pineapple sparingly, maybe once or twice a week, to protect your heart while still savoring that tropical taste. Cherries are delicious and packed with antioxidants, but they're also high in sugar, about 18 grams per cup. For seniors, eating too many cherries can lead to blood sugar spikes that stressed your heart and arteries. One patient ate a big bowl of cherries every night, thinking they were helping her heart. But her blood sugar was creeping up, and she felt tired all the time. We limited her to a small handful of cherries, paired with nuts to balance the sugar, and her symptoms improved. Cherries are wonderful in moderation, but don't overdo it. Stick to a small serving to keep your heart happy. Finally, dates. These sweet, sticky fruits feel like nature's candy, but they're loaded with sugar, about 7 grams per date. Eating a few daily can push your blood sugar and triglycerides too high, increasing inflammation and heart risks. One patient ate dates instead of cookies, thinking they were a healthy swap, but her triglycerides were We cut back to 1 or 2 dates a week, and her heart health improved. She said, "I thought I was being so good, but those dates were tricking me." Use dates as a rare treat, not a daily snack, to keep your heart in check. So, what should you eat instead? Berries, like blueberries, strawberries, or raspberries, are fantastic. They are low in sugar and high in fiber and antioxidants that protect your heart. Apples, with the skin on, are another great choice because the fiber slows sugar absorption. Pair fruits with a protein like nuts or Greek yogurt to keep your blood sugar steady. For example, try a small bowl of berries with a tablespoon of almond butter, or an apple with a sprinkle of cinnamon and a few walnuts. These combinations satisfy your sweet tooth without overwhelming your heart. If you're on hot medications or have kidney issues, always check with your doctor to make sure your diet matches your health needs. Let's talk about why this matters so much. After 60, your body is different. Your metabolism slows, your kidneys aren't as efficient, and your heart is more sensitive to changes. The fruits that were fine in your 40s can now tip the scales in ways you don't feel until it's too late. I've seen patients like Gerald, Connie, Donald, Leela, Samuel, and Darlene turn their health around by making small changes. And I know you can too. It's not about giving up the foods you love, it's about choosing them wisely. For example, instead of a big bowl of watermelon, have a small cup with a handful of nuts. Instead of juice, sip water with a slice of lemon or eat a whole orange. These little swaps can add years to your life and keep you feeling strong and independent. Your heart has carried you through so many moments: family dinners, walks with loved ones, quiet mornings with a cup of coffee. It's been there for every laugh and
every tear, and it
deserves care
that matches how your body works.
now. Eating healthy after 60. Eyes and
Tea just about picking good
foods.
S about understanding
How those foods interact with your aging body. A
a
single
glass of juice or an extra
banana might
seem harmless, but it can
quietly push your heart closer to the edge. By staying aware,
wear in making informed choices.
you can
Protect your heart and enjoy.
enjoy the foods you love without the risks. I want to
Share
share
one more story to bring this home.
I
I had a patient, Martha,
a 68-year-old grandmother from Texas who
loved her morning fruit smoothies. She'd blend mangoes,
pineapple and orange juice, thinking she was
doing
doing
her heart a favor, but
She started
feeling
feeling
tired all the time.
and her doctor found her blood sugar was in the pre-diabetic
Range. She was devastated.
She
Thought
thought
she was being so healthy.
we worked together to replace her smoothies with whole fruits like
Berries and apples, and we
added a bit of protein.
protein to balance her meals.
Within a month, her energy was back, and her blood
Sugar stabilized.
She told me
I thought I was helping my
heart, but I was hurting it without knowing. Thank you for
showing
showing
you a better way.
Martha's story
It is a reminder that knowledge
is power, and small changes can make a big difference.
If you're still
With me,
I want to thank you from the bottom of
of my heart for caring about your health. You're not just
watching this video for yourself,
you're
doing it for the people you love,
the moments you still want to cherish,
and the years you want
to live to the
fullest. If you found
is helpful. Please type 1 in the comments to let me know you're here.
or 0,
If there's something
I can do better to support you.
your feedback means the world to me.
So, what's the takeaway? Be mindful of grapefruit,
If you're on medications, limit bananas to avoid
potassium overload.
especially if
Your kidneys aren't as strong,
or you're on certain meds. Keep mangoes, pineapple
and cherries
as occasional
treats.
because their high sugar can spike your blood sugar and stress your heart.
Watch out for
Watermelon's fluid
and potassium load, which
can strain your heart and kidneys. Avoid dried
fruits and bottled juices there
sugar bombs.
in disguise. Instead,
Choose low sugar fruits like berries and apples,
pair them with protein.
and always
Check with your doctor if you have heart
heart or kidney concerns. Thank you so much for watching.
issue, my friends. Your health
Health is everything
to me, and I'm honored
to share these tips to keep your heart strong. If this
video
video
helps you. Please give it
a like,
share it with someone you care about.
and subscribe to my channel, Senior Care, for
More heart healthy